So question 1 says, how is a line defined in Planning Rubric 1? A line is defined as when standards, objectives, instructional strategies, and learning tasks are consistently addressing the same or similar learning outcomes for students. Question 2 asks for how literacy strategy is defined in Planning Rubric 1. It is defined as an approach selected deliberately by a reader or writer to comprehend or compose text. So when students are able to select and use strategies automatically, they have achieved independence in using the strategy to accomplish reading or writing. Examples of this are summarizing or retelling of stories, things like that. So question 3 asks for how literacy skill is defined in Planning Rubric 1. Literacy skill is the specific knowledge needed for reading and writing, including phonemic phonological awareness, print concepts, sight word recognition, word analysis, sentence fluency, and just like a lot of other language conventions. Question 4 asks for where you find the list of suggested essential literacy strategies and skills. So Appendix A at the end of the rubric has examples, and it's on pages 48 to 53. Some include activating prior knowledge, identifying characteristics of the text, and things like setting the purpose for reading. Question 5 asks for which rubrics have a score, have an automatic 1 score, and if they have it, why. So Planning Rubric 1, 2, 3, and 5 all have automatic 1 scores. In Planning Rubric 1, you get it if you show a pattern of significant content inaccuracies that are core to the central focus or the key learning objective for that learning segment, or if you demonstrate a pattern of misalignment in relation to standards, objectives, learning tasks, and materials across 2 or more of the lessons. In Planning Rubric 2, you get an automatic 1 if your plan support according to requirements in IEP or 504 plans are completely missing. If you don't have IEP or 504 plans, then this just completely doesn't apply to you. For Planning Rubric 3, if you get an automatic 1, if you have, if there's a deficit view of students and their backgrounds. Planning Rubric 4 doesn't have an automatic 1. Planning Rubric 5, you get an automatic 1 if none of the assessment adaptations required by IEP or 504 plans are made. Again, it doesn't apply if you don't have students with IEP or 504 plans. Question 6 asks us to review each rubric and list the focus. So Planning Rubric 1 focuses on planning for literacy learning, and the question is, how do the candidates' plans build students' understanding of an essential literacy strategy for comprehending or composing text and the skills that support that strategy? Planning Rubric 2 focuses on planning to support varied student learning needs, and it asks, how does the candidate use knowledge of his or her students to target support for students' literacy learning? Planning Rubric 3 focuses on using knowledge of students to inform teaching and learning. So it asks, how does the candidate use knowledge of his or her students to justify instructional plans? Planning Rubric 4 talks about identifying and supporting language demands, and it asks, how does the candidate identify and support language demands associated with the key literacy learning task? Planning Rubric 5 focuses on planning assessments to monitor and support student learning, and it asks how the informal and formal assessments selected or designed to monitor students' use of essential literacy strategy to comprehend or compose text and related skills. Yeah, so that's it.